Welcome back everyone for some more Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. And we're continuing on day 2 of the trial in the case against Juniper Woods, and we found an awful lot of stuff about Hugh O'Connor. So much so that we have finally found his true feelings and his true attitude towards Juniper Woods, and we have implemented Professor Aristotle Means as a key suspect in this particular case. But before we find out more and we try to unravel more of the truth, hope you guys have an awesome day today. Hope you guys doing well. So without further ado, I agree. Professor Means should be here in the gallery today. Do as you please. Will you please state your name and occupation for the record? Certainly. I am Aristotle Means. I teach the lawyer course at Themis Legal Academy, and let me add that while I welcome any opportunity to assist with the trial, I don't care for this undue suspicion. Don't worry, Professor. We're just interested in the mock trial video right now. We just need to take another look at that speech you gave. Can we count on your cooperation in this? Very well, that's all you're interested in. Please proceed, Miss Sykes. We need to find some sort of evidence that shows this speech was pre-recorded. Alright, I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video. Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival, will begin shortly. When I was a student, I too could hardly wait for this day to come. Oh no, I'd forgotten how long and boring his speech was. Wake me up once this is over. Hey, no fair. The experiences of our youth have a powerful and profound effect on our adults. Ah, you there. Wake up. Pay attention. Huh? Eek! I'm awake. Isn't that right, Your Honor? What? I'm awake too. Wide awake, see? Not Blackwell. Once again, our pure white Lady Justice will be watching over all you today. Pay attention or you may make a difference one day. Now, let the mock trial begin. That is about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I even saw some of our students with tears in their eyes. He's obviously not familiar with the phrase bored to tears. Listen, Sykes Stono, if you have subjected me to this epic study and tedium without purpose, Taka will feast on your tongue after I've cut it out. Eek! But you were asleep the whole time. Well, Miss Sykes, did you notice anything strange about that speech? Could I please hear that last part again? Once again, our pure white Lady Justice will be watching over you today. There, I finally found what we needed. Professor Means, I have only one question about your speech. What does that last part we just heard contradict with this? And we are going to be pointing not at Lady Justice, but at this golden statue right here. Which, I guess it is Lady Justice, but it's not the same. This is a gold version, not the version that we've seen. The professor said the pure white Lady Justice will be watching over him, but the Lady Justice in the video isn't even close to being white. It's as gold can be. Well, I'm not sure I can wrap my jaw around that to test its authenticity. I didn't say it was made of gold, Your Honor. Now, it's true that this statue is pure white, but it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement. Oh, well, that's a shame on every count. Ironically, this golden statue sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the white one, meaning the professor wouldn't have made a mistake in its color if he'd been present. It seems that I have caused some confusion, but it was merely an oversight on my part. Objection! The statue was in the middle of the room. How did you not know what it looked like? Well, I was in a balcony seat. Furthermore, the statue had previously been white. I'm afraid this isn't sufficient evidence on the speech being pre-recorded. We had our answer long ago. The accused was the only one to leave the lecture hall. No, wait. There's got to be something to prove that the speech was pre-recorded. According to the mock trial video, the speech started here and ended here. It was a little over 10 minutes, but I doubt anyone wants to be tortured again. It was only a little over 10 minutes? Felt like it went on forever. How'd you figure out how long it was? Easy, there's a timestamp in the top right. All you have to do is subtract the time the speech started from the time it ended. Speech goes on for the 10-minute mark to 20:35. Wait a second, I could swear I've seen the same interval of the time listed above among the evidence. Maybe there's a way for me to use the speech time to show that it was pre-recorded. Okay, and the way I'm gonna go about that is by using the voice print analysis.
Take that!
I would like the court to take a look at this. And this is? The voice print analysis that proves the voice on the tape recorder belongs to our client. Yes, but didn't we just establish the voice in the tape recorder was fabrication? We did. But what I'd like to focus on is the noise that is also there. Noise? Yes, the defense believes it resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased. And what do you hope to prove by that? The length of the noise is what's important. It's 10 minutes and 35 seconds in all. And what did the timestamp read at the moment Professor Means began his speech? That would be exactly 10. Now, let's fast forward this long-winded exercise in boredom to the end. Okay, stop. The video timestamp now reads 20:35. Based on this, we know the time it took for the speech alone. Wait, subtract 10 minutes and you get 10:35. 10 minutes and 35 seconds? Wait, 10 minutes and 35 seconds. The same as the noise on the tape recording. I assume you all understand what this means. Professor Means' pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now.
Silence!
You seem rather confident considering this is a mere happenstance match of numbers.
Objection!
But is it really just numbers? The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far they've found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. The police are analyzing the noise as we speak. It won't be long until we know what was originally there. Now I'm sure of it. The professor was trying to create an alibi with the recording. By pinning the crime on Junie. Well, he's not going to get away with it. Not on my watch. Miss Sykes. I believe you are well aware of my methodology. Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. And to that purpose I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, look what's happened. All I've stated are obvious deductions derived from evidence and testimony. Truth be told, I had no intention of testifying. I had been keeping quiet for Juniper's sake. But now that you cast this blame upon me, I have no choice but to reveal the truth. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. I will now reveal the truth behind why I had to pre-record my speech before the mock trial. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means. Witness testimony. Professor Means' testimony. The defendant came to me with what she said was very important and by necessity secret. She asked me to pre-record my speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Juniper confessed to the murder and asked that I get her declared innocent in court. She also said I'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi due to the pre-recording. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. Oh my, so you're saying the defendant threatened you? This has to be a lie. I mean, everything about it lines up too perfectly to be true. On this most consequential of occasions, let me be completely frank with you. Juniper has truly taken to heart my teaching that states the end justifies the means. I don't believe you. Once she asked me to defend her, she said I must also prove her two friends innocent. Her two friends? The witnesses? Correct. Hugh O'Connor and Robin Newman. I was to ensure all three walked free. All three would achieve their dream. That was the result Juniper was seeking. And she was even willing to threaten me, her own professor, to that end. You no doubt had high praise for her ruthless tactics. Yes, well, that is why I vowed to vigorously defend her despite her threatening me. There was a time when lawyers merely sought the truth if they wished for victory in court. But, alas, those days are over. Now, in defense of justice, order, and all that is good, the end justifies the means. I am so sick of hearing that phrase. Though it truly grieves me so, I must tell you this. Forsake the truth if it's victory you seek. Steel yourself for this new courtroom reality. That does it. He's gonna regret dragging those dismal, depressing ideas in here. Since he's already surrendered the darker age of the law, it's up to me to fight it. Why so silent, Sykes Dono? Something matter? This is a court of law. It's no place for long-winded talks about idealistic principles. That's why I'm gonna let the evidence do the talking. Let's not get carried away now, Miss Sykes. It will not do to have you attempting to discredit my doctrine. Do not force me to rectify this situation. No, go ahead and rectify it. Only if I lose and you win, that is. Cross-examination. Professor Means' testimony. Defendant came to him of what she said was important in secret. She asked him to pre-record his speech and come to the audio room during the mock trial. Juniper confessed the murder and asked that he get her declared innocent. He also said that he'd become an accomplice after losing my alibi. But when I said I would protect Juniper, I meant it because it's the humane thing to do. Well, how do you feel about this?
Objection!
Which I forgot to save before this. So let me get this straight. You were trying to help Miss Woods? Ha! That's nothing more than a bald-faced lie. No offense, Your Honor. Hey there, Rats. Such defamation of my character and your hair follicles. Your Honor, it is an outrage. Miss Sykes will clarify her statement, but leave my hair follicles out of it this time. Let me go ahead and save now. I should have saved before. I usually do before each cross-examination, but for whatever reason, I just kind of blanked out. Yes, of course, Your Honor. Now, please take a look at this. The witness gave this tape to Mr. O'Connor. Then he slyly whispered, "Take this to the police and tell them you found it." There was no whispering, slyly or otherwise involved. I simply did that out of kindness.
Objection!
The tape contained our client's voice. In short, it is incredibly damaging evidence. Why would it even exist if the witness wasn't trying to pin the murder on our client? They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but not yours. You never had good intentions, only lies to protect yourself while blaming another. You, Professor, are the embodiment of the dark age of the law. Oh, why you dare call my teachings and methods lies? Themis Legal Academy is a proud institution. It's the most powerful in the world. You'll never forget what true education and lawyering means once I'm through with you. Huh? Professor Means? What's with your hair? Quiet! No talking in class! Ow! Eyes and ears up here, everyone. Homeroom is now in session. We will begin with roll call. Athena Sykes. Huh? Oh, here? Polo Justice. I'm fine. Here. Full. The proper response is here without any extraneous information. Ouch. Here. Next, Your Honor. Here. C-Class? That's the proper way to answer. Simon Blackwell. I said, Simon Blackwell. Are you here or not? Blackwell doesn't give a shit. There's always one, isn't there? Well then, I'll just mark you absent. Now, get out of my class this instant. Get out? Very well, that is your wish. Who might define my homeroom teacher? Is that such a good idea? Particular Blackwell is free of his shackles. It just so happens I was a member of my high school's disciplinarian committee. But is that really so shocking? Constabulary lapdog's the teacher's pet. What a malleable mutt you are, Fulbright. Very good, Bobby. You just earned a gold star and a promotion to head disciplinarian. Alright, class is now in session. Why do I have the sudden urge to go to the nurse's office with a stomachache? Pay attention. I am not the killer. Juniper is. This will be on the next test, so you had better be listening.
Objection!
The Professor, you created the phony tape to pin the blame on Juniper. Plus, you were the only one who could have moved the body during the mock trial. Athena, you disappoint me so. To think that you would label me a murderer. Now pay attention. The murder occurred on the 23rd between 6 and 8 p.m., but I was already at home by that time. So how could I have been involved in this crime?
Objection!
Professor Means, can you really prove you had already gone home by that time? Can you prove that I was still at school? No. No, I can't. So you admit it. Well, you just earned extra credit for your honesty. But you have also earned yourself laboratory cleaning duties until you graduate. I do enough of that at the office. No way, man. I totally object. But Robin... I can't believe I fell for the Professor's silver-tongued lies. Why, you? How dare you talk about your teacher like that? I'm not listening to you anymore, man. No way, no how. Now, I have a confession to make. You know those two statues that were on stage? I didn't make them all by myself. The statues on stage? Do I want to know where this is headed? I was able to finish one of them, but the last bell rang before I had time for the other one. So, I asked Professor Means to make it for me. In other words, the Professor was there on the stage after the last bell? Right. And it would have been way past 7 p.m. before he could have finished. Professor Means was still at school? This is incredibly important testimony. The Professor told me, I'll take care of it. I thought my parents would let me be an artist if I said I'd make both statues myself. I'm so sorry for not telling the truth. Robin. Quick, somebody get this juvenile delinquent out of my sight. Simon, you're head honcho among the delinquents. Do something. Gah. And who's in charge of this class pet around here? Humph, not interested. But if you want a class in swordsmanship, I'm your man. Of course, only real blades will do. No swords at school. All weapons will be confiscated. Nurse, where's a school nurse when you need one? It would seem Sykes-Dono seeks a showdown, Professor. In which case, you would do well to draw your staff quick as lightning. Very well, then I will just have to prove my innocence myself. The real lessons begin in second period. Prepare to be served old school style. What is that? Oh, never mind. You testimony, please. Witness testimony. Professor Means' work of art. Now pay attention. Robin took over half a day to complete one statue. I, however, finished most of the other statue between 7 and 8:30 p.m. The defendant Juniper saw the two statues with her own eyes at 8:30. Completing a statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a single second. How could I have possibly had time to go to the Earth Room and commit murder? You're saying the defendant saw the finished statues? Precisely. She said so herself at the detention center yesterday. Her defense team was there and heard her say so too. Don't try to deny it now. That evening, I went back to my dressing room to get something I'd forgotten there. It was well after the last bell rang. I'd say, maybe around 8:30. That's when I noticed that both stage statues were finished. They were quite large, and they were each covered with a white sheet, but I could tell. Oh, right, the Professor was there when that matter came up. Before I address the Professor's charges, I have a question for Robin. How hard would it be to complete a statue like that in 1.5 hours? It would probably take me at least twice as long. So personally, I think it would be incredibly difficult to finish in that short a time. God, that didn't exactly help our case. But he won't get off that easy. He's bound to stumble over his own slippery means. Oh, crap. Preferred means work... Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and save. That's the second time I missed my opportunity. Okay, completing the statue so quickly meant I could not leave the stage for a single second.
Hold it!
Why were you in such a hurry? In the legal world, your body is your capital. The early bird gets the worm. That's why I get to bed at 9 p.m. each and every night. And that's why I was working as fast as I could. I didn't want to miss my bedtime. Well, ready to concede that I never left the stage? Well, Miss Sykes, do you accept the witness's claim? You know what? I am gonna accept it. I've tried everything, but I still can't prove anything. I guess I concede. I couldn't hear you. Say it louder this time. I concede that Professor Means never left the stage. That's right. But what took you so long? I was there at the stage the entire time. I couldn't possibly have committed that murder. I'm not gonna give up here. I'm afraid I have to side with a witness, Miss Sykes, and unless you have any further objections, I have to put this issue to rest.
Objection!
Not yet. Defense still has an objection. Athena, you thought of something? Well, as I said, not yet. Oh, so it's time for legal smoke and mirrors? Not yet, Athena. It's not yet time to quit. It's at times like these when it seems like there's no way out that you have to. Yeah, I have to turn the case upside down. Instead of focusing on whether Professor Means could have gone to the Earth Room, I should focus on how he could commit murder without going there. It seems our young lady has a real bona fide idea. But I'll use any means necessary, even casting stones, if it'll distract her. Who brought the bird to school? Sykes don't know. If I hear one word of your usual jibber-jabber, I shall have your head. The murder occurred in the Earth Room, yet the witness was on stage. How do you propose to fill the vast gap between these two key facts? If I accept the premise that the professor was on the stage the entire time, the only other answer is that we got something else on. Wait, that's it! Every last one of us made a huge mistake. We were totally wrong about we were wrong about the crime scene. If Professor Means was on the stage the entire time, then he must be the killer. Ridiculous. The fence has become utterly incoherent.
Objection!
No, it's just the murder wasn't committed where we thought it was. Continue, Sykes Dono. Okay, the murder was actually committed here. Let me go ahead and save. It was actually committed here at the stage.
Take that!
The greatest riddle of this case has been how the body was moved from the Earth Room. But if the murder occurred on the stage, that means the body was never moved at all. Silly girl, when the body was found, there wasn't a drop of blood on the stage floor. Surely there would have been some blood if that's where the murder was committed. There wasn't any blood on the stage? Really? But there was something on stage at the time of the murder that's now bloodstained. And that thing happened to be the school banner.
Take that!
It's true, there were no bloodstains on the stage floor, but there was something on the stage that did have a bloodstain, and that would be this, the school banner. No blood would have gotten on the floor this were under the victim when she was killed. Oh my, that's quite a compelling theory.
Silence!
What is it now? My theory makes perfect sense. That is a pathetic attempt. You must put every inch of your body into your attacks. The autopsy states that the cause of death was loss of blood. Yet only a trace amount was found upon that banner. Where did the rest go? Blood getting on there when the body was moved by a wire makes more sense than not. Very good, Simon. Tell me, what's your first choice for higher education? I'll write you the ultimate recommendation letters. You're all but guaranteed to get in.
Objection!
Actually, the defense has something to explain that as well. You do? If there was only a trace amount of blood on the school banner, then there must have been something else the killer used to soak up the blood. All I have to do is figure out what. This is what soaked up most of the victim's blood. Okay, let's go ahead and save. And it happens to be the other banner, the one that has the Governor's logo on it. Why, it looks like there's some other piece of fabric on top of the school banner. It's the Governor's banner that had been specially made for the school concert. Since it's on top of the school banner, the blood would have hit it first. Could have easily absorbed most of the blood like a dishcloth. And only a small amount would have soaked through to the school banner below. So, it makes total sense for the school banner to only have a little blood on it. So, that banner absorbed the blood like a dishcloth? Yes, that'll explain it. The Governor's banner was like a dishcloth? Surely it was at least towel quality. Simon, don't just stand there, do something!
Silence!
Sykes Dono, you are learning to wield a blade quite well. But how will you respond when I come slashing at you like this? The remnant of a large blood stain was detected in the art room, but why would there be blood there if the murder occurred on the stage as you claim?
Objection!
The blood stain in the art room was faked. How? I'll tell you how. All that was needed was something that could transport the blood upstairs. And that something was a piece of evidence we just finished discussing. The killer used this to bring the victim's blood up to the art room. Well, they used what was the Governor's were going to present the burnt fragments, but they used the Governor's banner. To think you'd stoop so low as to present mere garbage to this court. It's only garbage because someone tried to destroy it by tossing it in the incinerator. That someone was most likely the killer seeking to get rid of crucial evidence. The killer used the wire to bring the blood-soaked Governor's banner to the art room. Then the blood was wiped onto the floor to complete the ruse. It makes perfect sense. Gah! Order! Order! This is quite a development. To think the body was never actually moved. Hold it right there. The body must have been moved. How else do you explain that loud crash you heard during the mock trial? If it wasn't caused by the body crashing into the statues, then what was it? I hadn't thought of that. If that loud crash wasn't the body hitting the statues, then what was it indeed? The knot in the school banner shows that something was carried along the wire in it. So that's true, I know what I have to find. Something that was in the art room before the murder and then on the stage after. The object that was sent down the wire to crash in the statue was... well, it happens to be... Lady Justice.
Take that!
Ah, that statue? Yes, I believe it was this statue that broke the other two, not Professor Court's body. The unique statue you see on the right, that's the pure white Lady Justice from earlier. Professor Court accidentally broke it while she was polishing it the day before the mock trial, but she used her own unique artistic sense and the technique to repair it as you see here. Nobody would have guessed that it was originally Lady Justice.
Silence!
Humph. Perhaps you're onto something. But why, pray tell, would anyone move that scrap heap relic in such a tedious manner? Excellent question, Simon. Keep them coming. You know why, but the fact that you won't acknowledge it shows how twisted you are. And with that, we are going to go ahead and stop here. The next time I see you guys, we are going to be finishing this case and hopefully finishing off what's little left of Means Dignity here in the next video. And we will also, by no words necessary, concluding this third case as well. So, hopefully you guys looking forward to that. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I will see you guys again next time.